Hey guys, welcome back to BackPocketGameReviews. By the way, if you're new to the channel and you like the videos, don't forget to click subscribe. And also, if you enjoy the video, don't forget to drop those thumbs up. It essentially helps us as a channel, helps people see the content, and it also makes me feel good. So, now, I picked up one of these guys. I camped out for this. I honestly probably didn't need to camp out for this, but we're going to talk about that in another video. This is an unboxing video. I am going to have this guy here for comparison purposes. That's my NES Classic. Boxes look very similar. This one obviously is a little more reminiscent of the original Super Nintendo style box. But let's go ahead and pop this guy open. On the back here you got all the games that it includes, some stuff on the side talking about the Super NES console, the Super NES Classic controller. I'm very excited. Alright. So a lot of people too are asking, why are you so excited about this? And it's like, I don't think you understand. These are consoles I grew up with. So these are a huge part of my childhood. Alright, so they got it all packaged into a box inside a box. That's pretty normal. You got your warranty and your instructions and all that. Obviously the instructions are pretty straightforward for this. And then we got the console itself here. Alright. You got a little drop down to plug your controllers in on this one. Not a huge fan of that drop down. It's decently hard to get back into place. So, size-wise, they're very similar. The footprint's about the same if you go this way, but this takes up more space this way. It's really weird to be able to slide those buttons again. This time they also included SNES controllers. They have two of them in there. Wow. Oh god. And a lot of that's also, these feel very much so like the classic original controllers. So for those of you who are kind of nostalgic about these consoles, that's a big part of the reason why I played into these, was that classic feel. And I get it, you can get these aftermarket controllers, but most of them don't have the feel of the original controllers. This still preserves that for you. We got two controllers, which is nice. The SNES had a little more focus on multiplayer than what the NES did. They both still use the same attachments. Technically, you can use NES controllers on it. I don't know why you would. You got your HDMI cable, and then you got your micro USB power cable, just like on the NES. So, I mean, it's a very similar product. There's not really a lot of differences internal-wise from what I hear. It is the exact same product. You got a poster. Comes with the poster. Shows off all different games. Now you're playing with superpower. I believe the NES one said now you're playing with power, if I remember correctly. Might have to hang that on the wall in my closet. I mean, box-wise, same size. The boxes are the same exact size. Which is kind of weird, because you have two controllers in the SNES one, as opposed to the one that came in the NES. I did get some really nice wireless controllers for the NES Classic. They're made by, I think it's called My Arcade, was the company that made them. They're actually really well done controllers, And they feel very similar to the original NES controller. Those are some very good controllers, which they have not made yet for this guy. So keep in mind, too, with this guy, you got this drop down. You got these little... They got it kind of covered. I kind of wish they would have just went the route with this guy where they kind of just disguised the ports in the front. Like, they put them where they would be, rather than put on this drop down. I feel it would have just been better to not have that. Personally. Personal opinion there. You might disagree with that. I get it's there as kind of like a dust cover, but I think it just would have been easier to mask them in the front, especially with how odd this thing is to get back into place. Like, it's kind of a pain in the butt. I mean, but they are nicely built. So, I mean, that's your big difference between, like, the at-game systems and, like, these are actually pretty decently made. The at-game systems, not so much. Those are pretty junk. But it is fun to have these. It is fun to have that old nostalgia kind of feel. I mean, the NES was my first game system. My stepsisters actually had a SNES, whereas I had a Sega Genesis. So I keep praying that Sega will eventually make their own versions of these, because that games doesn't cut it. It's not quite as good. But guys, let me know what you think, and let me know if you were able to pick one up. You can let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you guys soon. I'll have plenty more content coming for you, so stick around.